up, guys, and welcome back to the ViceCityGamerz podcast. Just a couple of guys from the Miami area coming together to talk everything gaming, and we apologize for our tardiness on this last video. I think we had like a pretty good streak going, right? We didn't really miss, but we had a little bit of technical difficulties with the program we've been using, which kind of sucks. But now we are using Streamlabs, and this is kind of a dry run, so hopefully this works out. But we definitely have some stuff to catch up on. We figured that we would possibly most likely go over the latest episode on X-Men, or I guess you could say last time on X-Men. and then we got some like a little top 5, top 10 kind of list of our favorite games, popular request by Aldo. We're making it happen, bro. A little late to the party, but we're making it happen. But yeah, before we jump into that, what's good with you guys, man? What are you guys playing, if anything? I know we all be busy sometimes.
I am playing Uden Chronicles right now, and Last of Us 2. You know me, I play multiple games at one time. But I've been concentrating mainly on Last of Us 2. But you know, here and there, I get some Uden Chronicles on the go, on the Game Pass. You know, on the cloud. I play it. Excellent game. It's like every RPG game you could ever think of in one. Amazing turn-based. Yeah, I love it. Turn-based is amazing. It has like 100 characters you could recruit. It's challenging, like it should be, like a good RPG should be. It gives you a choice whether normal or hard when you first start the game, but even the normal is difficult. It's pretty dope, And then of course Last of Us 2 remastered. Man, what an amazing game! It's a roller coaster right now. Like, I'm a little depressed because of it, because you know, a couple of things happened, and
yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm playing right now.
Very cool.
I mean, just a couple of days ago, I saw you playing Street Fighter, but you ain't gotta.
Well, that was just because I was
just narrow it down to just 2.
Well, Street Fighter.
I think you full of shit, because I seen you play like 4, 5, 6 games at a time.
No, like seriously though, like Street Fighter would just pick up and play over here. That's what it was. But while I was talking to you guys. We were trying to test out the new system.
All good.
Yeah.
Jay, what you playing?
Me? So now that I'm trying to use the ROG Ally more, and I downloaded some mods for Final Fantasy VII, which looks freaking awesome. So it's the original game, but just like a fresh coat of paint. It looks so good. And I like to play Final Fantasy VII every couple of years, beat it, you know, just go through it. You know, it's like my favorite game of all time, so you know, you just kind of got to go over it. And the other thing I'm playing is Fallout New Vegas. I had played Fallout 3, Fallout 4, loved those games, love that world that they've built. And everybody talks about how New Vegas is the best one. Because it's
Obsidian.
Obsidian jumped back in and made that game. I don't know how all that worked out. I forgot. I knew it a long time ago, but it was basically, it's supposed to be the best one. So far, it feels just like a Fallout game, you know, so I'm kind of like, okay, it feels like I'm playing Fallout 3 again. But let's see how things get, how complex it is. I'm only a few hours into it, but having a good time so far.
It's still fun.
Oh, it's good to hear.
What about you?
I'm going to be a little boring, man. I've been working like a slave and taking care of some personal issues, so I haven't played anything.
Jeez.
But I downloaded Uden Chronicles. I got my Sonic Frontiers up. I purchased Red Dead Redemption 2. It's a backlog I've been wanting to get to for a minute.
Right.
And so I'm gonna be boring this week, but it is what it is.
Gotcha. Wow.
You hyping up Uden Chronicles, and everything I've heard, I think except I want to say it was IGN. Everybody else gave it like a perfect score, like a 10. I think IGN gave it like a 7 or some shit.
I'm telling you, I give it I'm not giving it a 10, but I give it a 9.
Well, they were saying like the cast of characters, the combat, the story's pretty dope. The only thing 100%. Is, and every character's different. Every character's fleshed out. They all have their own story as to how they got there or whatever. But I wonder if they have like a tier, like a 100 hero tier list.
Gotcha.
But yeah, Curious. Ionic Chronicles. I'm excited to start that shit soon.
Oh man, you're gonna love it. It's a great game.
Compared
I'm
to Sea
loving
of
it.
Stars?
Different. Because it's more like this is a more like a 3D kind of. Sea of Stars is a 2D, if I'm not mistaken.
Do the characters
Right?
talk out loud?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Love that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Every character has his own voice and everything. Right.
Nice. Nice.
It's not just scrolling text. It's actually you hear having the conversation, you know, between characters. The way they do it. I mean, it shows you the text. You could skip through it, but it'll skip through the dialogue as well and go to the next dialogue, or the dialogue exchange, whatever you want to call it.
I like it. I like it. So you guys want to get into what happened on the latest episode of X-Men 97?
Let's do it.
Ooh.
Let's do it.
We're gonna do spoiler alerts.
Yeah.
Just in case people didn't see this. Spoiler alert. Because it's very hard to speak about an episode without saying what happened.
Right.
With that being said, one of my favorites showed up, made a special appearance, Mr. Captain America.
Nice.
And that shit was so dope. How he's investigating what's going on the sidelines, like in the shadows. Right. So it's not like the X-Men are getting trashed themselves, or like these mutants are getting attacked. He's on the fucking case, which is pretty dope in my opinion. And he's not only one of the dopest characters, but I'd like to see him in action, like whenever they take down these guys and like he shows up and shit, see what he could do to some mutants. That would be dope.
Yeah, 100%.
Or some Sentinels, I don't think maybe in the old series, I'm not sure. But Captain America fighting a Sentinel? Come on, 97, give it to me, baby.
Yeah.
I feel like it's in the realm of possibility there. So what's funny is that I didn't expect this until I got to that episode in the last season of the original cartoon, where there's an episode that's all about Wolverine and Captain America working together. And I guess they were fighting like Nazis or whatever, or Hydra, or whatever it was.
Right.
And man, not only was it a very action-packed episode where you got to see Captain America put in work and even tag team with Wolverine. Like you got to really see them working together, which was really badass. So it was surprising, but not surprising to see him in the new season. And yeah, man, I'm excited to see who else is going to make an appearance, man, because this is blowing up, man. Pretty good. I'm liking it.
Yeah, they're doing real good. I used to have Marvel cards, like not playing cards, but like collectible cards.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a Marvel's Ultimate Team Up or Mega. I forget what it was. Best Team Up, something like that. I had two cards. One was Wolverine and Spider-Man. It had like a divider and it had a cool graphic with both of them. And then the other one was Captain America and Wolverine, which is pretty sick.
All right.
I don't know what happened to these cards, but damn, that was awesome.
So you guys skipped right through the end of the episode, man. You forgot the beginning of it. Like I know I talked to you guys, and I think I overhyped it. But this episode was the second highest rating episode. I think they gave episode 5, which is the one with Gambit. When unfortunately we lose Gambit, they gave that a 9.4. This one got a 9.2. Right? This is the second highest X-Men 97 episode that came out. But you guys skipped the whole thing in the beginning, man. Like the whole emotional burial and that to me was like it broke my heart because you see all of them together and they lowering Gambit to the ground and Rogue is nowhere to be found. Rogue was nowhere to be found in the funeral, so she's out tearing shit up. For like a better word.
I'm still pissed about that shit, bro.
That she wasn't there?
That she wasn't there and that Gambit's gone, man.
Yeah, well, everybody deals with loss differently, right? So to see her take off and lose her mind and see how powerful she actually is and tearing junk up, like picking up a tank and you're slamming it on top of another tank and I thought it was awesome. And then that led to the whole scene with her and Captain America, and when I love it when she takes Captain American shield and she's like, "You ain't getting this back," and she flings it across the skyline. It was what great.
That was powerful.
Yeah, it was awesome. Right? It's like,
well, fun fact: the director of that episode said that Captain America would have hit it, but they lost her ass in X-Men '97. So he was like, "Nah, we ain't gonna go that route. She ain't got no butt."
That's not America's ass, right? You know what I'm referring to?
Yeah, bro, from the movies.
Yeah. Oh, that is America's
That's America's ass. How Captain America got a better ass than Rogue?
Don't.
I like how that whoever was in charge of that military base or whatever was like, this is impenetrable, and all of a sudden the roof rips open and she's in there like, what's up?
Yeah,
it took nothing.
Took nothing. Right. Bro,
that was I think that's the I forget his name, but the one that houses the Hulk, the general that's in the Hulk movies.
What's his name? General Thunderbolt.
Nah, he has a name, dog.
General Thunderbolt.
That's a nickname. That's a nickname.
I don't know what it is. Anyway,
for that you say General BJ, dog.
That's how I tried to email you the other day. I searched BJ and I couldn't find you. Work email, inside joke. But
General Ross, Thaddeus.
There you
Ross.
go. Yeah, that is Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross. That's what it is.
I'm pretty sure that was Ross.
Yeah.
I want to say it was Ross. But yeah, that was dope, man. They got like all of these like characters coming in from the Marvel universe, but they're fleshing out the X-Men pretty fucking dope. Now, I fell off the MCU for a minute now after Endgame.
Right.
I think pretty much everything I've seen has been trash. Or mediocre at best. Okay. But if they start fleshing out the X-Men and the MCU like they are doing here, oh man, we in for some good stuff. That's always been my favorite Marvel team.
Well, the X-Men?
Yeah, man. The X-Men are super dope. I'll take them over the Avengers any day.
Yeah, they seem to be going full steam ahead, man. I think they're going to do it. I think they're going to continue to surprise and impress us.
It was the first comic book that was X-Men Uncanny when I was a kid. When I was able to pay my own stuff, when I get to 13 or 14 years old, I used to get the X-Men Uncanny for like $1.25 at the comic store.
Uncanny X-Men.
Yeah. Those are my favorites, bro. Oh.
Fire. Yeah. And look, like this whole thing, there's always been drama with the X-Men, which is pretty cool. How each player has their own problems that's going on, and views on life. Everybody's different in that sense, and everybody steps up separately, like when it's time. But this one, it showed like a real dark tone of Rogue.
Right.
Yeah.
And that episode where Gambit goes out, you kind of see her like, that's it. I've had enough. I'm at my breaking point. And she was pretty much gonna get killed. And then Gambit saves her. And now she's pretty much on an even bigger rampage. Like there's like a darkness in her heart.
Right. They took her boot.
Threw Buddy over the damn building when she was done and interrogated.
Right.
And
she's like Dark Phoenix, like a Dark Phoenix rogue.
Yeah, for sure.
Just angry and evil in the best way possible.
I don't know about evil. I'd be more angry than evil.
You're right. But
I don't know
how about the X-Men is just getting more powerful though, because what's up with Storm?
Oh, we missed out. Come on, dude!
I forgot about that one.
That was episode 6 because we went from 5 straight to 7. We skipped 6. That was episode 6.
Bro, she made a tornado, or I guess she made a hurricane so big that it was visible from space.
Right, But did you see the cool part is to see her transition from having that mohawk to the full set of hair.
To the full hair. Yeah.
Oh, that was like,
and a new costume.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, look at her. It was fire. That was pretty cool.
There was in the intro, there was a part where it showed, I think it was Bishop, and then it showed Wolverine and Storm in this other attire, which is kind of a throwback to this alternate future where Wolverine and Storm are a couple. And
Yeah.
And I know some people got mad about Rogue. I mean, a Storm with the Mohawk, but like, bro, that's how it is in the show, and I think in the comics too.
Right.
And in her little evolution that she had, she went back to, to her full head of hair, I guess, whatever. I mean, who cares? The point is that she appears to be extremely powerful compared to how she was before. Like, when they zoomed out and you see the space shuttle looking down at this freaking earthquake, or my bad, can't talk. This hurricane that she just made out of nowhere, bro, that was impressive, man. So you've got Rogue, freaking powerhouse, and she's angry. You got Storm on the same level, and then you've got Cyclops just blowing it out, friggin' shooting himself all over the place with these his whole eye laser power, something we've never seen before.
Right.
So yeah, man, these guys are
everybody's leveling up. Yeah. They're slowly building everybody up. Storm lost her powers, and because of that gun that she got zapped with when she saved Magneto or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bishop was trying to help get her shit back, right? And it turned out to have him get injured, like life-threatening type shit. She brought the power back from inside, kind of like the Phoenix.
Bishop or you mean
Forge.
Not Bishop? Forge, yes.
Forge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Forge, yeah, Forge.
Yeah.
It's not Bishop. Bishop is the dude that's with them.
Yeah.
That he shoots the thing.
That's my fault.
No,
Forge. And now she's even more powerful, it looks like, than she was ever, and she was already an Omega level threat in episode 1. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So this is gonna be crazy. Everybody's getting geared up. Next thing you know, next episode, Wolverine's gonna have an adamantium PP.
Hey, not all kidding aside, but Wolverine's a hoe. Wolverine has kids with Mystique in certain universes. Wolverine has a kid with Storm.
Deathstroke.
Yeah, he's a hoe.
Well, he's been around for like what 400 years and shit,
something like that. Yeah, but he's been.
He's a pretty loyal cat, dog.
Yeah,
when he loves you, he loves you.
It said the only one who don't have kids with is Jean Grey. Jean Grey ain't giving it up.
She probably got mental kids. They probably did what Cyclops was doing with the clone Jean Grey. And
so
was doing that with Wolverine.
Inquired about that.
What was also cool about episode 7? Did you guys see any when they go back to Genosha, when they were looking for more mutants, and you see they're putting things back together, and it's a cool cameo. You see Blob in the back dragging like a piece of concrete or something. Did you guys see that?
No, I didn't notice.
No.
Yeah, the Blob was out there grabbing stuff and moving around. They showed Strongman as well, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's Mr. Sinister's peeps.
No.
Wasn't it? Isn't the Blob? Didn't he run with Mr. Sinister?
I'm not sure, but he was there in Genosha when everything happened, but he was just helping with the cleanup. I'm not sure. I know he ran with.
I saw him. Yeah.
He ran with Magneto for sure. The Blob did, along with Pyro and stuff like that. But yeah, then they show X-Force, Strong Guy. Right? Is X-Force, right? X-Force, Strong Guy, or was it X Factor? I get confused between the two.
I don't remember.
No. Damn it.
It's been a while.
Anyway, but yeah, you see Strongman helping out. That was all cool. Pretty cool. Little cameos.
Yeah, man. And may I say, I predicted it. Came true. What's his name? Professor X. He lives. And I like how they ended that episode where they said the X-Men have been keeping a secret, because apparently they did a burial for him as well and all that good stuff. knowing that he was alive. And I'm glad that they did this, because the way that the previous cartoon ended was very much like implied that either he was leaving or his spirit was leaving, because what is it, Alessandra or Lysandra, what's her name? The space girl.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, I
Alessandra.
think it was like that.
So she basically was able to save him, but only if he were to come to her, basically her universe, to be able to bring him back. And man, they came through, and that's something cool that that previous season ended like that, with Xavier dying and Mr. Sinister. They did a whole big backstory on Mr. Sinister, which now turns out that he's the main threat again. So man, they really just honor the whole thing by sticking with the story, and it was pretty cool to see Xavier go out there, and he almost bit the bullet. He almost said, "You know what? Screw it. This is my new life." And then he took him to school. Literally, he freaking,
That was dope.
he just
Classes in session.
bro. He mind effed everybody in that room and put them down, and was at the brink where he was about to show them that they were wrong in their ways, until all of a sudden it hit him that his X-Men were dying. And he just
He's like,
freaked out. Freaked out. And at that point, he was like, "Hey, I'm out. I want to get out of here."
I'm leaving this toxic relationship
Yeah.
because that chick's kind of toxic.
Yeah.
Toxic.
Manipulative.
Well, it's gonna be interesting to see, because like there's greater stuff at stake. Like what's happening on Earth is kind of small to what's happening in the universe.
Right.
And she's like the ruler of the universe. Like she's like the queen. So if she gets dethroned with those, you already saw how those people were acting like children and shit.
Yeah, desperate and all that stuff.
And they're like evil type of deal. Like
Right.
they want to bring everybody else down. So it's gonna be interesting to see the two conflicts happening. Like what's gonna happen when Professor X comes to Earth? She gonna come with him? Before this podcast, when I was waiting for y'all, I was watching the original X-Men, catching up, and I just got to the episode where she reveals herself to Professor X, and then the Juggernaut comes in and snatches her up.
Right.
Hey, I don't know if you guys have seen the "I'm the Juggernaut, bitch."
I was trying not to say it, but I'm
Right,
checking out, bitch. Come here, girl.
Oh man, brought back so many memories, dude.
Yeah. They should make that canon. They should include that in the story and just.
I know.
Bring
I
it
just
in.
want to hear him say it one time, bro.
Hey, if they do that, then this is top tier TV these days, man. This is too good. We don't deserve this. It's so good.
What's the Juggernaut in the Deadpool movies, if I remember? Yeah, right?
He was in, I believe he was in the first
Deadpool
one.
2, in the second one.
Yeah, he was in
Or
the second
two,
one.
I guess. Okay.
Yeah,
Within
well, in
the
a
trailer.
prison
Yeah.
when they were in jail.
Yeah. Juggernaut.
I'm pretty sure that was.
Oof. I love to see a classic clash between him and Colossus. That'll be awesome.
That would be.
Yeah, Colossus is a gangster.
Well, Colossus is going to be in a new Deadpool movie, so he's been in all the other Deadpool movies. He's going to be in this one. And that's gonna be Wolverine. Deadpool and Wolverine is going to be amazing, man. I can't wait.
I hope this is the best one yet.
Oh, me too, bro. Let's go, man.
Yeah.
Those trailers have been off the chain.
Yeah.
Really good.
Oh, look at Hugh Jackman's old ass is back, man. Like he's looking jacked, bro.
What was that? Let me see.
I was just referencing that guy's Twitter, dog. that guy's the man.
BJ just over here trying to make us look bad with them biceps.
No, I'm skinny, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
through my screen.
when the original X-Men came out, Wolverine's always been my favorite, right? But Hugh Jackman, like at first, didn't do it for me, and then right away he just like, damn, that's Wolverine, dog. But he has no, like, the reason is because I'm used to like a short, stocky motherfucker,
Yeah,
he's like visceral, but he played Wolverine very well. It's just that his attributes are like tall, thin.
Yeah, well,
and it just didn't. It's like when Tom Holland or Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I don't see it.
I
I
see
don't
Tom
see it
Holland. I like Tom Holland better as
because
Spider-Man.
Andrew Garfield is
Mm.
tall, skinny. He got the frame. You know what I'm saying? I always wish that they typecasted like a little more accurate like that. But he ended up being a legend. So
I thought they did well with Hugh Jackman being Wolverine. Because if they could make freaking Tom Hanks, I mean not Tom Hanks, what's his name, Tom Cruise, play a 6 foot tall character, why can't they make Tom Hanks? I mean, what's his name? Hugh Jackman play a 5'5" character. You know what I mean?
I mean, movie magic is one thing,
Right.
but you knowing like for the MCU, obviously he's gonna be part of it now because they're incorporating all the universes
Yeah.
since they got acquired.
Right.
But when they do reveal the X-Men, he's not gonna be the Wolverine anymore. I hope that they typecast like a smaller, stockier guy. I'm thinking like that kid. Um, damn. Have you guys seen Stranger Things on Netflix?
Yes, of course.
Duh.
You
Hell
know
yeah.
the brother of the chick that was like a bully, kinda.
Yes, 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 yes.
I think that guy would be an awesome
You think
Wolverine,
so?
bro.
Ooh. Okay.
Yes,
Really?
dude. Put some
Put some
hair
meat
on
on
the
him.
side, man. He's already got that short, stocky frame, and he
Okay.
played a
Okay.
dickhead. So, but he was like a
Oh man.
dickhead. But then you can see like he's a good dude at the same time. Like
Bro, I hated and loved him at the same
Oh,
time.
he was great.
exactly my
He's a
point.
great actor. Great
He was
actor.
great, bro. He was great.
But he
He was
redeemed
really good.
himself at the end the way he went out. Like
What a great show. I'm waiting for that
yeah,
last season, bro.
Oh, it's taking
yeah,
forever.
definitely. So
It's taking
I
forever.
would say like a typecast like that dude. I want somebody
Yeah.
more of the build.
While we're on that topic, man, I gotta say, the other day, my kid was flipping through Disney Plus and came across Spider-Man. He wanted to watch that one, the Andrew Garfield
Right.
Hmm.
one. And bro, I gotta say, man, and I know you mentioned this a while back, BJ, like maybe a month ago or something like that, that was the best Spider-Man. Watching it, you know what, you're absolutely right. He has the right attitude. Granted,
Hmm.
in the cartoons and in the comics, I feel like he doubts himself a little bit more, but he's got the right build. He's just a genius, but like kind of cool at the same time. I don't know, man, but his build, like there was a part where you see him walking in the street where he's talking to that little kid that he helped earlier in the show or in the movie, and you could tell that he's wearing the costume with probably not much stuff under, probably just the costume, and I'm assuming that they have certain things for the muscles and stuff. But you look at his build and you're like, yeah, that's what I would expect a real life Spider-Man to look like, you know.
Yeah,
So in hindsight, bro, I gotta say, I think that might be my favorite Spider-Man now, out of the three.
it has
It's
to
great.
be. The Amazing
I
Spider-Man was so
disagree.
dope, and it was the most emotional. Like he got that thing for me, man. Like the tragic, like you felt the tragedy. I don't know. To me, everything about that was awesome. But
And,
they screwed the pooch on part two.
and,
I
and that was
disagree.
the best girl in any of the Spider-Man.
Yeah, yeah, fuck yeah.
She's
Agree to
Gwen.
disagree.
She's Gwen Stacy in that one though, right?
Who you gonna say?
I like Tom
Yeah,
Holland,
she
bro.
is. She is.
I like Tom Holland, bro.
And Gwen was before Mary, so I don't know. I
Okay.
like that route that they went.
So
Never
you
been
know
a
who?
fan of Mary Jane.
So you know what I was thinking. You know who they should put to play Wolverine if Hugh Jackman decides to retire, bro. I think Tom Hardy would be a perfect Wolverine.
Tom Hardy. I don't know. I
Oh,
was just going
bro,
through this
I
like the
like him.
Bane. He had Bane like in Dark Knight Rising.
Yeah,
He's phenomenal actor. I love Tom Hardy.
yeah,
Don't get me wrong. Oh, what now? In Warrior, he was kind of like a Wolverine. You're
yeah.
probably
He's a
right, bro.
beast. He's also a Marine in the Warrior. He's
Yeah,
an
but I
animal.
can't I can't stand the Dark Knight Rises, bro. And I was just having this conversation today, about
Really.
a couple hours ago at dinner with my boy.
Mm,
Yeah, man.
really.
They made him like British. He's not Hispanic. Then
Who's that?
everything was predictable in the Dark Knight Rises. And the fact that him and Batman, Bruce Wayne, are the two best students, but then he gets his shit whooped, and then he breaks his back, and then all of a sudden he can beat Bane now. Like that guy's a destroyer of worlds. But
Yeah.
but yeah,
So,
now that you mention
about
it, that movie Warrior,
Yeah,
he kind of plays like Wolverine. No,
yeah, bro. I loved him in that movie. I think he'd be a good Wolverine. I mean, granted, he's playing Venom right now, so
yeah, that won't work.
he did a good job with that too. I thought.
So he can't do it. He's playing Venom.
I know.
Too bad.
Hey, different universe, right? You can do whatever you want.
My guy is still my guy's still in the running though.
Just make it Tom Holland. He could be everybody else. He could be Spider-Man. He could be Nathan Drake in Uncharted. I think I heard he's gonna be Kratos in the God of War show that's coming out.
Who's that?
Tom Holland.
He's great.
Maybe he could be Atreus. Boy.
He could play a good Odin.
Yeah, he's got to shave his head.
Young ass Odin.
All right.
I'm 2 centuries.
What do you think? Should we move along?
Let's move along.
Oh, real quick. Henry Cavill is in the MCU now. You guys know who he's playing?
Yes. Go ahead. Why did you do
it? Just announced it. I forgot. But I was hoping that he'd be Cyclops.
Oh, he's got the right head for Cyclops.
I was thinking he would be a perfect Cyclops. Cyclops is like fucking built and shit. And he's got that like Captain America type, Superman type, the way he carries himself. You know?
Well, or maybe Henry Cavill will be the next Spider-Man. So
you play Beast,
muscular
too.
Spider-Man swinging around.
So did they announce it? Because they're speculating. They were saying that he could play 3 characters, which would be the Wolverine, Captain Britain, or Doctor Doom.
No, but they just made Doctor Doom. Y'all didn't see the trailer? The next Avengers movie is Doctor Doom.
Oh,
yeah, but who's playing him though?
It came out like a leak. I don't know if it was a leak.
Did they say who's playing him?
Shit, I don't know, man. I saw it like real blurry. Might have to look that shit up.
Hey, speaking about questionable things, is Iron Man 4 happening, and is he coming back? Because there's like all this footage, and people are making all these fake trailers for the movie, but they're very, very, very convincing. It almost looks like they're bringing him back.
What's that?
I hope not. But if they do, they better bring Gambit back. Shit.
Yeah. Tony Stark.
Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, okay.
I think they're bringing him back in the live action. I read some article the other day. It's speculation though, right?
Yeah, it might be like an alternate universe kind of thing where his daughter finds a way to do that, and then I don't know. It's some weird stuff. People are making fake trailers out of it, and now with AI, you can get any celebrity's voice to say anything you want, and it's really freaking weird. So
I heard Oprah Winfrey's playing the new Rogue.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do fan casting next episode or so.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, that'd be great.
All right, moving right along to our next topic, we have amassed our top 5 games, which grew into our top 10 games. Not necessarily the specific game, but it could be the series as well, because sometimes it's hard to narrow it down. Sometimes there's 5 Zeldas that are all really good. So which one of you guys want to start it up?
Chris, you, and then me.
All right. So
I with the lowest.
So I got top 5, and I got top 5 mentions because it's tough because I got some of the retro games I really love. So I'm gonna start with my top 5. Right. I had to take one out and add this one instead. So my 5th is Street Fighter.
Nice.
Street Fighter is one of my favorites. Always has been. From Street Fighter 2. I never played. I didn't like the first one, but Street Fighter 2 and on, my favorites. Always fighting games. Number 4.
Street Fighter. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Out of all the Street Fighters, your favorite one?
Street Fighter 2, man.
Street Fighter 2.
Street Fighter 2. That's what got me into it. That's my favorite all time.
I was on that thing hard on the Super Nintendo.
Oh, Super Nintendo in the arcade. Man, come on. my man can't stop me. We can.
Hey, let's do like one.
Okay.
Like take turns going down the list.
All right. So
Us.
5.
I don't want you to go through it so fast. And savor the juice.
All right.
But yeah, Ken was your main in Street
My
Fighter 2?
main. Oh yeah, that's my main. Yeah.
Early
So-
on, it was Guile for me.
Guile.
Yeah.
No,
Go.
bro. Ken. I was always Ken. It was between Ken and Ryu, but I always picked Ken. Now, when I played Street Fighter 4, later on, it was Zangief because I was really good with Zangief in Street Fighter 4.
Which one's Zangief? The long dude?
No, the Russian
The
guy,
swole
the mother
dude.
Russia.
Oh, the swole dude with the
I was-
chest hair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was fire with him on Street Fighter 4.
I hate when you're doing a combo and he just grabs your ass and body slam. I'm like, come on, dude.
I learned how to like kind of like parry like any move with him. That I will parry the move and then get you to the pile driver right off the bat. Oh, I used to frustrate people with that because I used to sit there, come at me, and some people do a Hadouken or like try to get me, and I just parry that move and pile drive his ass. Loved it.
Nice.
I'll be in the back combing my hair and throwing that boomerang at your ass so you can get close.
And the thing is, I will go right through it. There's a
Sonic
move that he
boom.
does in Street Fighter 4 that he could have dodged it right through it. He won't get hit.
Street Fighter's dope. It's safe to say that's your favorite fighting franchise then, huh?
Yeah, 100%. Don't get me wrong. I love Mortal Kombat, but that's Street Fighter 4. I mean, Street Fighter is my favorite franchise.
Injustice was dope. There's been so many good ones though.
I know.
Injustice was fire. Dead or Alive was my shit back in the day. Soul Calibur. I was on Soul Calibur hard actually.
Virtua Fighter was good too.
I think even Soul Calibur had, if I'm not mistaken, I played as Master Chief. And then I think PlayStation got like Darth Vader or something like that.
I remember.
And Nintendo got like Link. I gotta look that shit. Or Spawn. Spawn was another one that was in the game.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me move along this list, bro. Let me move along this list.
Are we gonna go around? Or is
I
it
really
go
wants to
list?
put them all up.
Let me put mine all out.
Oh, okay. Gotta get the whiz.
So this
me
guy,
get-
you
let me
know,
get him out the way.
spoiler alert, can't wait, dog.
No, I just gotta let it out because I'm not even gonna be here for 4 hours talking about our favorite games. So let me get him out. So number
Spoiler
four is gonna be Halo franchise.
My dog.
Right? And from there, this was the top 3 was really tough because you know me, I love Gran Turismo. So Gran Turismo came at number 3. That's that, you know, and then my 1 and 2 flip flop because I don't know which one to choose. So I went with Final Fantasy VII as number 2, and Gears of War as number 1. So those are my top 5, and then of course I got my top my mentions, right? So I got Mortal Kombat, that's 5. Last of Us is number 4. Ninja Gaiden is number 3. Mega Man 2 as number 2, and of course Mario as Mario 3 as number 1.
Ooh.
Those are my mentions.
Super Mario Bros. 3.
Yes, sir.
That is the best Mario game of all time. Straight up.
Those are my 5 top honorable mentions.
I used to start knock Mario punk ass out and play as Luigi the rest of the game.
Cold-blooded.
That's a good lineup, bro.
Yeah.
What was number 3 again?
For me, Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo. One of my top. You know me, I still play Gran Turismo. I played it how many hours just recently? When I got my PlayStation 5, I played it till the wheels came off. Literally.
No pun
One of the
intended.
games that you left out when you said what you were playing. One of the 8 games you left out.
Bro, hang on. Oh man. God damn it, bro.
Now more is coming back, right?
Just one more, bro. And damn it, bro. It has to be God of War, bro. God of War has to be in there.
Man, it must not be that good.
No,
late, you know.
No, bro, because it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. God of War's got to be in there.
It's hard to narrow it down, man. It's hard to
Yeah,
narrow it down.
yeah.
So who's up?
I,
Who's next to bat? You want to take this
Nah,
beat,
you
bro?
are. You are.
Me?
You wanna swap back and forth?
Yeah.
So this is the only topic we have on the docket today.
Yeah.
Just wanna just blow his load, dog.
oh well, I'm gonna let you know.
I love it, bro. You're a kid at heart, man.
No, bro, it's just one of those things that it's like, if not, we're gonna be here for the next 2 hours talking about our favorite
Just
games
all.
and
This is
this,
it, bro. We're talking about games.
All right, all right, all right. Sounds good, man. I guess I'll start it off. So I know we talked a little bit about, is it going to be a specific game or is it going to be a whole series? So I went with Final Fantasy VII. Obviously, my favorite game of all time. Just an extremely memorable time. But it kind of started with Final Fantasy II, which was 4 in the rest of the planet. Long story. But a neighbor of mine introduced me to it, and it was just, we would just love to watch him play. My brother and I were too little to play RPG games. We would have never figured it out. And then all of a sudden, 7 comes out, and it was just ridiculously good. And then other bangers came out. A lot of people don't like 8, but I played through 8, and I enjoyed it a lot. 9, huge big deal. 10, 12, 11 was an MMORPG, which kind of wasn't that great. And man, it just goes on and on and on. We don't have to beat that one up too much. But yeah, man, Final Fantasy has to be number 1 for me.
And 7 is the best.
Yeah, bro.
my man.
Long live 7.
Yes, sir.
Even the OG. Especially the OG.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
I agree with you. That's
I'm
number 2.
I'm gonna savor my goat for last, bro. But my number 5 slot, I don't think you guys would guess this, but it was a little game on a Dreamcast called Shenmue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You talked about it before.
Fire, man. Those mechanics, the graphics at the time, the open world, the way the game set up. A lot of people knock on QuickTime events, but I feel like it was authentic in that series. You know, like it wasn't all the time. It just certain points of the story that you would do a QuickTime. Seeing his father getting murdered, then having that adventure trying to track down his killer, but you're learning different martial arts as you go from different characters in the game, and he's just like an authentic soul. Ryu Hayabusa.
Ryu Hayabusa. Yes, sir.
Good name. All right. So next one for me is gonna have to be
Oh,
Super
that's
Mario.
Ninja Gaiden Ryu.
What's up?
Ninja Gaiden Ryu is Ryu Hayabusa. I mixed them up. It's Ryu Hazuki. I just realized I said Ninja Gaiden. Ryu Hayabusa is Ninja Gaiden character, but Ryu Hazuki is Shenmue. 17-year-old kid. Dope as fuck. But yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Oh
So
shit.
my next one's gonna have to be Super Mario. 3 I thought was awesome. I remember it vividly when I was a kid playing it as a kid in my little bedroom on my little probably 13-inch TV. Phenomenal. But I think my favorite has to be between Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo and Mario 64. I think just coming from playing the original Mario 1, 2, and 3, which were all amazing in their own right, when Super Mario World came out, I was like, I get to ride this dinosaur. I get to fly. I get to like take different little paths in the levels that open up different paths to somewhere else, and just a world map on such an old game. And then Mario 64 was a huge deal because I was reading that GamePro mag and I saw the N64. I'm like, bro, this thing looks so weird. That controller looks so weird. And I was just reading that magazine so many times until I finally got an N64 to the point that the whole first level I knew how to get every single star just right from rip. And man, it was just seeing Mario come to the 3D was just freaking awesome. So I know that the newer ones are also pretty good too, but just nothing hit like Super Mario World and Mario 64. Those are like the games that I can jump back into and just play for a little bit at any given time, and just awesome, bro. Super Mario, bro.
Yeah, man. I gotta agree with you. It's up there. There's nothing like Super Mario. It's probably the longest running franchise in the history of games.
Yeah, we got to be getting there.
You know, Last Stand Media, they had this fan event, and their first one, it was voted on by the crowd that Super Mario World was the best game of all time.
I've seen other people do like long-term voting that also Mario World was up there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's nothing like it.
Yeah, bro.
3 is still the best though.
I got you. What you got next?
I'm gonna go with Legend of Zelda, man. Legend of Zelda. Since we were young with that top-down dungeon stab, I'm gonna poke you. It was cool for the time, man. All we wanted to do was play games. But when Ocarina of Time hit, man, that was like way ahead of its time. That was an amazing game. The music, the story, the adventure, and then Majora's Mask was a great follow-up. Great follow-up. It was kind of like the modern version of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, like back-to-back hitters right there. But yeah, Legend of Zelda for me, for sure. And if I had to say the best Legend of Zelda, it's kind of hard, man, because Ocarina of Time was it, but Tears of the Kingdom, man, that thing was so dope. Straight fire. Yeah, straight fire. I didn't like the fact that the graphics suffered, but I get it. It's a huge game, and something needed to go.
Hey, the Switch 2's around the corner. We'll be able to play it the way it was intended.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
All right. So my next
Who do you guys
one.
think your favorite Legend of Zelda, real quick? Because I know you're a Zelda guy yourself.
Hell yeah. I mean, Zelda is on my list, but fuck it, let's just take this. So Ocarina of Time was where, well, Link to the Past, the one on Super Nintendo, was the one that I think that was the first one I played, and it was just cool that you could just explore a world map, and everything was just so cool, from shooting the arrows to dropping the bombs and the boomerang at the time. Everything was just so cool, and it wasn't until the little mini NES came out that I went back and played the original with a strategy guide, because, like, let's be real, it's hard to do everything in that game without knowing exactly what to do. Phenomenal also, bro. Very enjoyable. And then, but Ocarina of Time, bro, I remember where we were. My brother and I just like mind blown at that game. And it's just, oh, and get this. Now, thanks to me having a PC with the ROG Ally, there's a version of the game that basically what they've done is they've taken these N64 games that Nintendo obviously hasn't given the source code so that people could take it and like mod it, but they've basically like developed, or what the opposite of developed, like torn down the game and then rebuilt it back up so that they could add mods and stuff like that. So now you could play Zelda 4K, Ocarina of Time 4K widescreen, which back then it was 4:3, with obviously 60 frames or even higher if your PC can handle it, and then you could also do ray tracing, which it's like correct lighting. Not everything is all lit up. And then obviously you could add mods, so you could basically play the same game, but just mix up where all the items are throughout the world. So it's basically like playing a whole new game if you want to, or you could play it the classic way with just much better visuals. But I never played Majora's Mask, but I'm aware that it's like a huge deal, and hopefully one day I'll get to it. But Wind Waker came out.
Oh, you're gonna be in for a treat, bro.
I
Hell
can't
yeah.
wait. I can't wait. I've heard like it's a big deal, man. Hopefully I'll get to it one day. But yeah, Wind Waker was one that I was like, oh, what the hell is this? And as I played it more and more, I really, really enjoyed that one. Breath of the Wild, I put a ton of time into Breath of the Wild. I almost 100% of that game, and it's hard to say that one's better than the other because they give you something in different ways. I felt like the story was more alive in Ocarina of Time than your.
100%.
Yeah, like Breath of the Wild felt like it had no story. Tears of the Kingdom has story. But yeah, I think Ocarina of Time still has to be my favorite, bro. It's just such an awesome game to just jump into and mess with for a bit.
Yeah, if you like Ocarina of Time the best, you're gonna love Majora's Mask, man. It's it's a perfect follow up, and it's hard because Breath of the Wild, like I enjoyed my time with it. It was amazing because of the graphics and the sound, and like I was just immersed in that. But then Tears of the Kingdom offered like way more story, and the game physics took that to the next level. You know, so
Right.
I wish that the graphics were on point because then it would be my favorite for sure. The amount of stuff you can do in that game is ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. But
Oop.
yeah, I can't wait for you to jump in Majora's Mask. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I have it on deck, man. I just got to do it.
Mm.
So where's that put us? Is that back to you, BJ, or
Well, do you
Well, what
me?
number
Okay.
was your
3?
Zelda?
Zelda
That
was
number.
my like 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
You're number 3 now.
So Resident Evil 2,
Ooh.
bro. I remember going to my cousin's house, my cousin Andrew. I don't know if he listens to this, but if you do, what's up? But I went to his house one time and he was showing me. He had a PlayStation before any of us did, and he was showing me Resident Evil 1. And I remember thinking like, holy crap, bro! Like it's like a horror game. I had never played like a horror game like that, but I never ended up playing one until much later. But Resident Evil 2 was my first one, bro. I got to the point that I was speedrunning that game. I've never really speedrun the game, but it got to the point like they would give you so many perks if you could beat the game in like 2.5 hours, I think it was,
Really?
which is crazy because the first time it'll take you 8 to 10 hours, and to be able to just know where everything is and just run, not waste your time fighting enemies like sneaking past them. Once you really master that game, it's a lot of fun.
Well,
But just man, that is nostalgia. It's hardcore nostalgia for me. Just the beginning of the game was so good. I just remember, you know, before Game Shark, before emulation and all that, like there was only one way in, and you had to just you had to do it, bro. It was a tough game, but once you learn it, I don't want to say it's easy. It's still challenging, but it becomes like a dance, if that makes any sense. Like you just kind of learn the flow. And man, Resident Evil Code Veronica, awesome. That was the first time the camera started moving in that game. Resident Evil 4, bro. Let's not even get into it. That's a whole other one on its own. Things change throughout all the Resident Evils, and at first it was kind of like, no, Resident Evil is a game where the camera has to stay still. The backgrounds look so great because they're like hand drawn or painted. So as the games went on, I found them to get really good, and those remakes they did of 2, 3, and 4 were freaking incredible. But I just still love the OG one, so I was okay with beating those remakes and then selling those games off. And 7 was the first one that was in first person, and that was creepy and eerie, bro. That game scared the crap out of me. I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, man, Resident Evil, bro, absolutely loved it.
I never got to Resident Evil, man. I never got into it because I didn't like the shooting mechanics of it.
Hmm.
I didn't like. It wasn't for me. This whole that you stand and then
Janky.
right, and you couldn't move. You had to sit there and aim and then shoot, and then you were able to move once you shot. I didn't. That to me was annoying. I couldn't adjust to it. I didn't like it.
The
I
the
know that
best way
people love
that
Resident Evil.
the best way that I can try to help you understand like what it would be like if you really got into it is if you I know you like Final Fantasy Tactics.
Right.
If you were to be playing Final Fantasy VII, running all over the world, doing all these different things, and all of a sudden somebody put you in Final Fantasy Tactics and goes, "This is the game. This is a Final Fantasy game." When I first saw it, I was like, "What is this?" But once you learn how to play it, or once you go through it, it becomes its own thing. So yeah, I definitely understand the not being able to move and shoot is a big thing, but for how things were back then, bro, it was very advanced, and it was a horror game more than anything. So you have to kind of feel restricted in some way. You know what I mean? So I don't know. To each their own, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Code Veronica was the first one I got into, and I had it on Dreamcast. Super dope.
Great game.
I really enjoyed it, and then I fell off. And then when Redfield joined, was it 5?
Oh yeah. Oh
When
yeah.
they remade and they got the graphics up, and I'm like, damn, this is dope. Shadu head came out like a flower, some more. Yeah, it was dope.
Oh, I think you're talking about 4. That's the one
Might
where
be.
the bad guys speak in Spanish.
I don't remember.
They were like farmers and stuff like that coming out to
Long
attack you.
time.
Oh, okay.
I
But
gotta look it up.
5 is where Chris Redfield came in, and the thing is, you were actually talking about those quick time mechanics where you would have to like press buttons. 5 was big on that, big. So at
yeah,
4,
that's the one.
yeah, dude, and to the point that at the end it's a freaking meme at this point when you're fighting Wesker for like the 7th time in the series, but not the last time. He's there's a part where you're fighting him, and there's like a boulder, and you have to push the boulder to do something. I can't remember what. And the quick time events are you punching a boulder. So that's like a huge meme where it's like, okay, we know Chris Redfield's a badass, but he's like beating the shit out of a boulder that's like 10 times his size, and it just got really ridiculous. It's a meme, but yeah, fun game still. And then 6 was like the worst thing ever, horrible.
Yeah, it was bad.
That was one where I believe it had online multiplayer, but it was just like you're running through the city fighting enemies, and it was just kind of like it was almost like Left 4 Dead but done wrong. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Long story. That's like one of the biggest failures of Resident Evil ever. But they bounced back with 7. I didn't think that first person would be a big deal, but people ate it up.
I think it's best. I think Gears should go to first person. Hot take.
Yeah, what?
Oh boy! Oh, here
Get
it
out
comes.
of here, crazy. Get out of here.
It's
That's
the
like
best
saying,
way to play, bro.
That's like saying Halo should go third person. No, get out of here. You're crazy.
No, man. First person is where it's at. You want
No,
a
man.
true shooting experience? You want to live that shit? First person, baby.
No.
I rest my.
I disagree with you. I disagree with you. You're
I
wrong.
know you would.
Gears of War is meant to be third person. You can't do bolt mechanics like they do.
Bro, if
first
you
person.
run to cover, they can just zoom out to third person,
No,
and
bro,
you
it
can
has to
do
be-
your little boop 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 boop.
In a way, the cinematic experience when you do first person. When third person is where it's at. You got to see
Not
him running.
true. You get to see a little more. Though.
No. Get out of here. Don't get that in anybody's head.
Imagine you walking into the building, right? Like a mansion that's destroyed because it's old and the Armageddon, whatever. And then you walk in, and then a berserker just comes flying at you, and you're looking at this thing, one person, he just breaks through the wall,
No
first person.
way. No, don't ruin it. Don't be wishing any evil on my franchise, bro.
It doesn't make it as good.
You know what?
When
They
it's
should make
third
it.
person, and that shit happens.
They should
Not
make a
as scary.
Halo. Make a third person Halo with the guys walking around with his helmet the whole game.
They might as well. Look at the show.
No, dude. Don't put that in people's minds. It's meant to be third
as
person.
many times as you jinxed my shit,
What?
I hope first person. Oh, the game cartridges is gonna go away for the Switch 2. What else did he say last? Man, you said like 5 things.
And they're coming through, coming through fruition.
Yeah, I have to agree with you both on this one. I think I think a game like that should stay how it is, but at the same time, I would love to see it first person.
Don't you even?
See, they should give you the
You know what?
option.
That'd be like playing Gears of God of War first person.
No,
That would be
that's
horrible.
Not a shooter.
But
It's not a shooter.
No,
Bro,
no.
I think you'd throw up playing God of War first person with all the combat and the moves and the this and the that. You'll have an issue.
You will be doing what Mimir goes through. You feel the same thing Mimir goes through.
Hey, have you seen like the videos of that dude on YouTube?
Yeah. There's a part where you, Mimir is basically hanging off of the back of Kratos' ass, basically, and he moves like it's like a ragdoll movement. So I guess somebody somehow put a camera on it, and it was just like freaking all over the place. And then what's funny is that there was a part where, no spoilers, but let's just say that you're standing near a bear, and he was like right in the bear's crotch. Bear balls in his
I think
face.
it was you guys that showed me that shit.
I think it was. I think it was Jose. Yeah.
And I love how it shows the end of the game, and then Kratos is walking down the mountain with a somber music playing, and he's walking like a freaking like a true Spartan, and then he's like swinging like this. It's too good, bro. It's too good. All right. So moving right along.
What's
Chris,
the number?
Chris
No, I already
right.
went to mine.
No, I know you're right. That this is gonna take forever. But go ahead, BJ.
I know.
My next one, number 3 slot, is Mass Effect. That whole series just amazing. from 1, 2, 3, and Andromeda. Yes, I'll throw that in there. A lot of people hated on it, but man, Mass Effect, the universe that they built stands on top of anything. I put that shit down. I'll make this argument all day. It's better than Star Wars. The way they built the universe in Mass Effect, if they were to make a series, a TV show or something, like The Expanse, they could have easily made Mass Effect. It would have been amazing, dude. Amazing. But yeah, the storyline, the fact that you get to your actions have consequences, the stakes in Mass Effect, where the whole universe is at, like you have to say everybody's gonna get wiped out if you don't do something. The game, the consequences that you created in Mass Effect 1 carry over to Mass Effect 2.
Love that.
Your actions dictate whatever happens, and then in Mass Effect 3, it takes all of the games and puts it there. So, say you had one person killed in a different game, like in an earlier game, not going to show up in the third one. And the mechanics, the mechanics of each game got better and better.
Right.
Better and better. Amazing.
Even the horde mode they had in the third one, the second or third one, the third one had like a horde mode. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, multiplayer.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. I played it a lot.
The third one mechanics are off the chain, bro. That's how you do a third person. They killed it on that thing.
Bro, you hadn't even played Gears of War, I think. Have you ever played Gears of War?
Yeah, man. I'd rather play Mass Effect 3 than Gears of War. I was not big on the controls in Gears, bro. I love the story, amazing games, but nah, man.
Oh, man.
I was never that third person, bro. I'm a Halo guy. That's an ultimate arcade experience.
Shame. Just for that, I'm taking Halo off my number 4.
Oh.
I'm taking it off.
Cold-blooded.
My feelings are hurt now. I'm putting ET from Atari as number 4 just to boycott Halo.
Atari. Jeez. ET.
You know, ET, the worst game ever made. I'm putting it as my number 4.
They buried it in a landfill.
ET might slap some sense into you with that little glowing finger, bro.
You hurt my feelings. You hurt my feelings with this. I'm hurt.
ET's gonna put his finger on your lips, Chris.
You know, put it in your butt.
Can you imagine that glowing shit? Just like.
All right.
Smell my finger.
I'm gonna pull up on this one and jump to my next one. So Mega Man, bro, a franchise that's been around since the beginning of time, and I love them. I love my Mega Man 2, badass. Mega Man X, awesome. Just phenomenal game. Hell yeah, bro. But a nice little game came out called Mega Man Legends, where they decided it's not good enough to just have Mega Man 2D. Let's make them 3D. And bro, I put that game up there with like a milder version of like a Zelda Ocarina of Time. Awesome world, very like anime kind of graphics inspired. But you could upgrade your weapons, you could upgrade your traversal, like you could make yourself jump higher, you could make yourself go on these like rocket skates. You've got a ship to take you to different parts of the map. Bro, that is such an underrated game. If they ever remake that, I'll lose my mind. Like a little biatch. I'll just cry.
You keep his helmet on the whole time?
So yeah, so you start without the helmet, and you actually get to see what he looks like, and you get to hear him too. They give him a voice and everything. And then eventually, part of as you're upgrading the gear, you eventually get the helmet, and then you look like actual Mega Man again. But bro, it's such a well-made game, and they made a part 2 that the story gets really epic, and then there's something else that came after that that's pretty good. But man, Mega Man Legends has a place in my heart, and it's a super expensive game now if you try to buy it physical. I think it's like $300 or something like that.
Damn.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What's your number 2, BJ?
That's Colin Moriarty's favorite game, by the way.
What is?
The Mega Man's.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You heard they're making the movie?
A Mega Man movie?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Starring Tom Holland.
Oh,
No, okay.
And he keeps coming on the whole show.
I'm out of here, bro. You hurt my heart.
It can't be as bad
number
as what I'm hurting right now, knocking my damn franchise down.
You're good.
It'll be all
So now I get to build up the real Xbox franchise, Halo. Halo is number 2. There's
Damn.
nothing more
Ooh.
fun that I had playing games than playing Halo with my boys.
Call of Duty did it
Murking
better.
everybody, having tournaments, LAN parties. Ever since the beginning, the story has been amazing. The graphics always up their game, except for Craig Face. That was something
Oof.
else.
Never
But
hashtag never forget.
bro,
I
the amount
think
of was a
I think nobody did first person shooter better than Call of Duty.
Oof.
that Call of Duty's trash. You get shot in the ankle and you die, dog. Like
Hey, it's the same game over and over and over. I'll
it's
give
the
this one to
Modern
same
Halo.
Warfare,
skin
Modern
over
Warfare
and over.
2, Black Ops, Fire, better than Halo any day.
Wow. Now I think you're just trolling, bro. There's no way this guy could be serious. Nah, man. There's nothing like Halo. Halo is the king, and it just showed right now when it came back. Even though it was fucking, it didn't have the best launch because of the variety, and they had to shorten the game. The multiplayer has always been king.
And the
Always.
King took his crown off the whole show.
The show is
Oh
doing
no.
damage to my game, man.
That show
The show
lives in every
really is.
episode we have.
That's what happens when you hurt my feelings.
Nah, look, bro. I'm not gonna get into the show. It's trash. But the game is amazing, dude. Yo, we used to do the midnight release. I used to be with
Yeah.
my boys. We've literally played legendary mode every night that game released. Like it's been amazing, man. Co-op, 4-player co-op. Legendary mode. We run through the story, and then all we do is just murk people on multiplayer. I've done tournaments for like Miami-Dade College. We had a tournament.
Nice.
Ended up hitting that. Little tournaments here and there. When I worked at Best Buy, I set up game night. We had a bunch of LAN parties, all in the Magnolia Studios. Man,
Wow.
epic,
Wow.
epic. And this little thing took it to the next level, bro. The 360, my God, man, there was nothing like it.
Love that.
And he's one of the coolest characters of all time, except for this whack ass show. But Halo, my number 2, bro.
Very good. Very good. So skipping over Zelda, this would where my Zelda would have fallen. By the way, I'm not going in the same order. I'm doing like basically the opposite thing of BJ because I'm ridiculous. So my next one is something that BJ's probably never heard of. I know Chris has. Parasite Eve.
Oh yes,
So
yes sir, yes sir, yes sir.
So bro, so in the late 90s, I guess, I think like had to be around 96, 97, something like that. Maybe even 99. So basically, there's huge popularity at this point at Final Fantasy. They're cranking out Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9. Other people are throwing their hat into the ring for RPGs. We ended up getting Xenogears. Just constant RPGs coming out on the PlayStation.
Legend of Dragoon.
Legend of Dragoon, banger, bro. Great one. But you also had your Resident Evils. Resident Evil 2 came out. Resident Evil 3 came out. I can't think of. I know there's some other horror games out there that were coming around that time, but basically Resident Evil was like the staple horror game. Final Fantasy was the staple RPG game. And then all of a sudden, Square Enix came out with Parasite Eve. They basically tried to make their own Resident Evil, but it's going to be a turn-based RPG game. So what they ended up doing was in this game where basically you start off as this female character going to like a banquet or whatever, like a show actually. And this is taking place in New York, like real-time New York, and the lady doing the performance starts like lighting people on fire and all this crazy stuff. Like it was very intense for a little kid to be watching this. And basically the story just runs. It has a bunch of like FMVs, little videos, and that shows New York like changing and the monsters and this and that. And it was just a freaking epic game. Like, as far as horror games go, it was great. And then you get into the combat, which was very good because it was a combination of turn-based, but you're also able to move around the map. So you could move around, but you had to consider that you only had a certain amount of range. So you would have to kind of strategize and say, okay, I'm going to take out this enemy first. Let me get within range, but not too close because then they might hit me on the next turn. So there was a lot more strategy involved in it. But man, just epic story. And the gameplay, I found it was really good. And at that point, I was messing around with like the building and the repairing of weapons and the custom weapons and stuff like that. And it got really intricate in a great way. And then part two looked a little bit better, but the story, something was just kind of off about it. It wasn't as good as the first one. But man, if they bring that one back, that's another one that just would be just out of control. Out of control. So yeah, Parasite Eve, man. Resident Evil meets Final Fantasy. They had a baby.
Yeah, I heard about it. I just haven't played it. But I'm looking at the pictures now, and it looks like they got some kind of like Ninja Gaiden-esque characters in there.
Yeah, like the art style going on there.
Yeah, it's pretty dope, man.
Yeah.
I didn't experience that. Must have been a PlayStation exclusive, huh?
Back then it was because I mean at that point the only consoles that had discs were the Sega Saturn and the PlayStation 1, and the Sega Saturn really wasn't up to the task. Like the hardware of the Sega Saturn was, even though it was on disc, it was just really good with 2D. And when it came to 3D, it was a little bit sloppy. So a lot of times when they made games for one console, they wouldn't always make it for the other. Resident Evil 2 is an exception. There's that on the Saturn, but that one just came out on PS1.
1998. Wow.
There you go.
Throwback, man.
Yeah.
That's
So
dope.
I'm curious to see what your number one is, V.
You already know this.
I know what it is.
E.T.?
Yeah.
It matches Chris's shirt color.
Sega.
Hell yeah.
It's Fantasy Star Online.
Oh, I was wrong.
Well, you said
Maybe I
Sonic?
No.
Fantasy Star, baby, yeah.
Fantasy Star Online is my favorite game of all time. I've had it on 3 different consoles. I have maxed out characters from every single cast. Newman, Ranger. It was dope.
Let me ask, was that third person or first person?
Oh.
Third person.
This-
But it was a good third person. It wasn't some.
Get out of here.
oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Gears of War multiplayer, third person shooter, best ever.
Nah, man.
Nah.
In that game, you had something called a mag, right? It's your companion. It's kind because it takes place in the future, like this crazy technology, and you got like a little robot in the air following you, right? Depending on what you feed that robot, he would evolve into something else. They had, I don't know, like 100 different robots that you can, the mags that you can evolve, and they had events at the time, like you guys played Sonic Adventure,
No, not yet.
or even
yeah.
old Sonics, the little animals,
Yeah.
the chows that you save.
Oh, okay.
You can get like a chow, you can get Metal Sonic, you can like, bro, they had amazing events back then. So much so, it's still one. It's probably the most popular RPG till this day in Japan.
Yeah.
Online RPG,
Yeah.
I guess you could say. PSO2 is huge, man. So yeah, I just haven't gotten into PSO2 because I have nobody to play with.
I told you I'd play with you. Just let me know when.
So I ain't got time to play too. And I'm like, we should all start our characters then.
Yeah,
Maybe we
that's
can
right.
make.
I have it on Game Pass.
Yeah.
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 I played it for a little bit. I got my character built already.
For me, iconic music, the stories and side quests are dope. Dark Falls was like a really cool final boss. And yeah, man. And you know what it is? Back then, playing on the Dreamcast on dial up, so you had to do.
Yeah. I remember that.
And so it take like 30 minutes to get into the game, but once you're in the game, man, it's like amazing. It was the first game I could play, kind of like Destiny, where you meet players in the lobby. You can create emojis, like notes, you chat. It wasn't any voice thing back then, but you would pull up a keyboard and start chatting with other people in the lobby,
People
and you
playing that in the
just
barracks.
made friends like that, huh?
We playing that in the barracks. Yeah,
Yeah,
Marine Corps. Yeah, and this is like 99, 2000, 2001, right there.
yeah, bro.
We play Fantasy Star Online in the barracks.
Nah, that's awesome.
Those were
And
like,
then tell me
lucky enough to
how
have it. I'm
you
sorry.
guys playing in the barracks, but like when you get like a special item and your boy don't get shit, you know what I'm saying, or vice
Yeah,
versa. It's
right.
like, oh shit, you got a red box, a red drop. Oh,
It's been so
bro.
long, man. It's been so long since I played it.
This looks
But yeah,
awesome. I'm watching some footage here. Hey man, I
it's
wish we could try the
amazing.
original. I think you'd have to do it through like emulation, but I know that they have
Probably.
servers online for it because I looked that up one time that we talked
Yeah.
about it.
You're
Yep,
the king of emulation, bro. Let's make it happen.
you
I
go.
can just pull out my Dreamcast, dog.
You still have it?
Hmm?
You still have it?
Yeah.
Oh wow. I wonder where mine
I,
went. I had one for a while. I don't know where it went. My brother, I did my brother's bar rating. Oh, it disappeared. I think.
damn, so you were playing in the Marines, bro. That's dope.
I had a buddy of mine also that grew up with us here in South Florida. He also went to the Marine Corps at the time. His name is Sean. He was also playing the barracks at the other air station. So yeah, but I never played with him. He used to tell me he used to play Fantasy Star Online. This is when multiplayer first became big in early 2000s. When
Yeah.
Fantasy Star Online first, it's one of the first few games you were able to play online.
So they had Hunters, which was like more close range combat with a lot of more powerful weapons. They have better defense and more attack power. With Gears,
Yeah,
bro, if they give us options, then you still get to keep your. I just think that it'll be a much more powerful experience if Gears goes to first person, bro.
yeah,
Because look, when you're playing Halo,
yeah,
the fluidity of there's no jank. Like what you do happens. You point, you shoot, it's fluid. And then when you go up to do an assassination or something, it'll exit to a third person, and then you'll see him like twist a guy's neck or jump on his back and stab him. You know what I'm saying? And I
right.
feel like they can do the same shit. Like when you're coming up to cover, it'll just move out a little bit. Then you can do the cover shooting mechanic. But if not, I feel like it'll go way smoother. Way smoother. And not to mention, like I said, it's different when a monster comes out the ground or breaks through the wall and you're third person, it doesn't hit as hard. It's
Right.
just like a little weird. If you were first person like Doom, bro,
Mm-hmm.
I think Gears can make it work, man.
All right. So, do we want to round up the last five in kind of quick succession, or
Yes, let's do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
yeah?
No
Okay.
honorable
We can do
mentions.
So I'll say Last of Us. The Last of Us is gonna be next for me.
One or five.
I was surprised that wasn't in your top.
It's great, man, but it's hard to topple some of these ones that I'm nostalgic for. But The Last of Us was a big deal, man. I played it on the PS3. I did not have kids at the time, but it was still a hell of an emotional roller coaster.
Right.
And after having kids, I played it one more time, and it was brutal. And then part two was just, I mean, you know it now, Chris. It
I'm going through it
is,
right now.
bro. It is a
Say I'm
thing,
going through.
and that's exactly how I would say it because it's an emotional roller coaster that really makes you question the things that you're forced to do in the game.
Right.
Sometimes you wonder, am I still the good guy? And I think you're at that part right now, Chris, where you're just
Yeah.
like, what the hell? Like, bro, what's going on?
Right.
But just like I've never played a game that's so it feels so real, to the point that they gave a name to every single enemy. So like you go in and you take one out, boom, and they're like, Johnny,
Johnny.
Johnny.
Yeah.
They go, hey, he's not answering, and you hear the bad guys like nervous, like, bro, what happened to him? Like they're worried about their friend because they may be the bad guys, but to themselves, they're not the bad guys. So it's a hell of a ride, you know. And there was a lot of controversy because in part 2 you had to kill dogs. The dogs attack you, and when you kill them, it's very graphic.
Yeah.
And yeah, and emotional too. So yeah, Last of Us, man, all of it.
No, ain't gonna bite me in the ass. I'm gonna shoot that dog before it bites me in the ass. Hell with that dog.
Sorry, if he dies, he dies.
Yeah, I should have went an explosive arrow the other day.
Oof,
Is it like zombie dogs or
no, regular shepherds.
Regular dogs.
Oh
yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I shot his ass with an explosive arrow.
Yeah,
It
because
pissed me off.
you've got your evolved enemies, and then you've got like your raiders and your people that are just trying to get by, but they're willing to do bad things to get by.
Yeah.
And there's also question about what you're doing. I mean, but yeah, we'll leave that. So what's your next one, BJ?
Honorable mention, Jade Empire. Another BioWare RPG from way back in the day, man.
You've mentioned that a couple times.
Yeah, like it's one of those like feudal Japan type things, and like you get to pick your character, create them. I had this Bruce Lee looking dude with like dragon tattoos, martial artist.
Right.
Yeah, sick, super dope game.
What about you,
Yeah.
Jose?
Chris got to go to bed. So, God of War, bro. God of War's next. Honorable mention.
Damn.
And this is in no particular order for me at this point. God of War, man, I've been playing it since PlayStation 2. I was like, bro, I'm killing the gods, you know? They did the worst thing that you could do to a person, to a man. And now we're getting back at them. And then when it came back in 2018 with these crazy-ass graphics, man, and I was just like, bro, is this my game? Like,
Amazing.
it's out of control. And they just set the bar. They just raised it again. Just the emotions of it, you know? Now having a kid again, going through that game is just like a whole other thing, bro. Like, I don't mean to sound like a little, whatever, but like, bro, I shed some tears at that game, bro, and and happy tears at some point, to the point I'm like, bro, what's going on with me, man? Am I just getting old? Like, what the hell is this?
The scene at the end when he gets choked up, that's an amazing scene, bro.
Powerful, bro.
Come on, I know, man.
And have you beat Valhalla, Chris?
No, I haven't. I let my buddy borrow it for now. So I'm playing Last of Us right now and something else. So once he brings it back, I'm gonna get to Valhalla.
We'll talk about that when you beat that, because you're gonna get a little bit more out of that.
Oh, okay. Just
powerful games.
100%.
So, BJ, what you got?
DCUO.
Oh, okay.
DC Universe Online, man. I put a lot of hours into that, and I'm a big DC fan, so that was like the top shit at the time that I was interested in. So being able to fight alongside your favorite heroes and create your own and do the movements, like my character was the Blue Blazer. I had ice powers, but the movement speed was like the Flash. Oh, it was dope. Super dope.
My character was the yellow banana.
What?
Yellow banana?
Yeah. Just so I could go and beat up the Green Lantern just by looking at him.
Oh, this guy, man.
Oh my
This
gosh.
guy got jokes.
That's one that I wish I would have gotten into. I love seeing those superheroes all gritty and Do
and
they
you make
do
your own
fatalities
too.
in there? Or? Oh, you can.
No, man, it's not what you think. Like I wish it was more towards what you're saying, but it's a little like arcadey, with like the animation is not. It's not as, I don't know. It's more lighthearted than anything.
It's like it's an MMO. So
it's an MMO.
Oh, I see. I thought that was a fighting one.
No. That's Injustice. That's Injustice.
Injustice.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
DC Universe Online is like you create your character from scratch, and then you're like you get dropped in the world. You pick Gotham or Metropolis. You get to choose if you're a bad guy or a good guy, and then the story arcs take place from there.
Right.
Damn, I like the sound of that.
Yeah, it was fun. It was dope.
It was fun.
I bought a PlayStation 3 just for that game because it was exclusive. Sony, SOE, I think, created the game. Sony Online Interactive or Entertainment, something like that.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I ended up buying a PlayStation 3 just for that,
That's an
and
expensive game.
it was worth it, man. I put a
PS3 was
lot of
expensive.
hours in that shit with that trash ass control.
That was, yeah. That's one thing that when it went from PS2 to PS3 and the controller really didn't change much, that was a little disappointing. The 4 was a really good one, and the 5 was something else too.
And they charged $600 for that console.
Yes, they did.
The 4 is kind of clicky though.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
brought it back, yo.
You got an Xbox controller real quick for comparison, or
It's
do you
taking
not
a
have?
nap. It's taking a nap.
I don't know. That's
And
up
I
there.
got
Is
it. You don't really.
Yeah, I mean you're
Look at
predisposed
these
to it. You got
these
headphones on,
bumpers.
bro.
But here it is.
These bumpers barely even.
Oh boy.
Can't hear anything, bro. That's quality right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that Elite 2, baby.
Yeah.
That's what I have to.
Costs more than the console's worth, but let's go.
Oh,
Sorry, bro. Sorry.
No blow.
I just saw one on sale for that price, so I thought controller or
completely
the console?
customizable.
I like that. I like that you could repair them easy. I like what Microsoft's doing with that, because yeah,
This guy's such a shit talker, bro.
no, for real, for real. I don't know if you know this, Chris, but
And
like
this
right
part,
now,
he's being serious. This shit sounds sarcastic.
No, he's being passive aggressive for this shit.
no, for real. I think what's it called? Sony should definitely do that. Like, let you buy the parts to repair your own controller. So.
I don't believe him. I don't believe him.
He
What
just
you say,
put the
bro.
flame on in the background, yo.
Hold up. Hold up.
I don't believe him.
There you go.
That's a little more lighthearted, bro.
There you go. Jeez.
Jesus Christ.
Anyways, another good game. Horizon Zero Dawn, man. Wow.
Oof.
Yeah.
I want
I
to
did-
get,
That's
get
my
into
next.
that, bro.
I picked it up on sale. I didn't know what I was getting into. I'm like, oh, everybody's talking about this game. I played it like a year after it came out, and that's where it really picked up steam because I think it came out, like BJ has mentioned in the past, at the same time as Breath of the Wild. So clearly everybody was playing the Zelda game. But about a year later, it really blew up, which I'm glad because we got a sequel because of that. And man, like it's hard to put into perspective all the stuff that you're allowed to do in that game. And the world felt so damn real, and the story was something out of like some crazy ass novel that like I could never comprehend. By the end of it, I was like, damn, bro, this story really came full circle. And unfortunately, the second one got spoiled for me. They take it to the next level again. They really, yeah. I want to get to that one, but haven't done it yet.
Second one
I
got
remember
emasculated by Elden Ring too.
Yeah, but still, it was very successful. Still,
Yeah.
but yeah, same thing. Elden Ring, game of the year, whatever. Beat out real games, but whatever.
Overrated.
Yeah,
Some people loved it. I mean, I didn't play because I'm not a Souls-like gamer.
same.
So
I honestly thought that Horizon looked like one of the best games I've ever seen on those trailers and shit. The graphic looks amazing. I would love to dive into that world. I gotta beat Ghost of Tsushima though first,
oof, I'm still on that. Damn it,
But
man.
yeah.
So many damn games.
The new
and then
Horizon
Stellar
is
Blade just dropped.
yeah,
Hmm.
Stellar Blade, bro. Yeah, the new Horizon gets compared to kind of Hellblade, where you're finally feeling it like you're in the next generation. It just looks better, which
Yeah.
a lot of these games look great, but it just looks better, So, yeah, man, Stellar Blade is also getting some badass reviews. Speaking of that,
Yeah, man. Stellar Blade is doing what X-Men 97 ain't.
Showing them cheeks.
yeah,
I'm not lying. True. They put Rogue's butt on the Stellar Blade character.
no lies detected.
Anyways, let's
Yeah.
move on.
Do you got another one,
Shit.
BJ?
Yeah, man. I got a couple more.
Oh, really? Okay, go for it.
Perfect Dark for the N64. That beautiful expansion pack or whatever it was called back then.
Expansion pack, you got it.
Man. Yeah, bro. That to me was amazing. What a shooter that was.
Nice.
Competing
Also
with the
controller.
likes of GoldenEye, I thought it was a little more fun. And man, I'm excited for this new Perfect Dark to get revealed. Hopefully this year. I mean, they already announced it, but it hasn't had any significant trailer with gameplay and shit. So
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to that. I hope they pay respect to what came before and just
Mm.
translate that to newer console, better graphics, better mechanics and shit. But
Yeah.
Perfect Dark, Joanna Dark, that's my girl, man. I read books and stuff, and I don't even read.
Wow. There you
You
go.
learn.
Yeah,
I'll learn to read, boss. I learned to read.
They're taking their time with the game, so hopefully that means it's gonna be good. I'm sure it will
I
be.
hope so, man. I hope so.
Yeah. And so I got one more left on my list, which is several games all put together. The Fallout series, man. The
I knew
the
it was gonna be left out.
Bro, Fallout 1 and 2 were not really my kind of game. They're just kind of like an isometric top-down kind of RPG thing where, it seems cool. I didn't have the patience to get into it. But then, and I think they came out on PC originally first, so obviously I wasn't playing that at the time. But then Fallout 3 came out, and I played that on the PS3. And bro, at first I was like, bro, what is this? I picked up too many items. Now I'm walking slow. I can't fast travel because I picked up too many items. But then I went and sold them. And once you kind of learn the mechanics of it, you could become extremely powered. You could become like rich as shit. Like depending on how much you put into it, you can get a lot out of it. Fallout 3 was awesome. Some people hate on Fallout 4, and I don't know why because I feel like it built up on everything that Fallout 3 had. I thought the story was awesome, the landscapes were awesome, the DLC was great. Man, just awesome games. But those games were made by Bethesda, 3 and 4. And in between them came Fallout New Vegas, which was made by Obsidian, the original
Obsidian.
ones that made the first two. So, as I mentioned before, looking forward to seeing how good New Vegas is. But I've been playing that for a little bit now. I'm liking it so far. Very similar to Fallout 3. But yeah, man, that's my last one on my list. I'm sure there's plenty of other games out there, but we don't want to keep you here, guys, all night.
Oh, you
And what's
shocked
cool
me.
is that the TV show has given the games new life again. So everybody's back on it.
Hell
Like the
yeah.
the player count for all the games have gone up for 70 for Fallout
All of them.
76 or Fallout 4 for all of them, man. They all gone up,
Yeah,
which is
bro.
cool.
What happened,
Yeah.
BJ? What I miss? Oh, this is gonna be good.
Bro, I don't remember you saying Witcher.
Oh,
Ooh.
Bro, and this is like one of your favorite games of all
right.
time. Like,
Man, you gotta take it back, like me.
Wow.
yeah.
You are absolutely right, bro. Well,
So
go.
it, I
Do one of
thought that
yours,
that
and we'll
shit was
pretend that I
gonna.
had Witcher on my list. Go. Thank you. And thank you for that.
Yeah,
Wow,
man, I can't believe this shit.
I know.
it's like forgetting Final Fantasy.
Don't worry. I
Wow.
already got stuff to say on it. Don't worry. You're up. You're up,
I'm
my boy.
gonna speed run a few.
Okay, go.
Mario Kart franchise, Super Smash Bros. Franchise, bunch of fun games right there.
Hell yeah.
Um, Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, and my final, well, I want to say Cyberpunk as well because that's what brought up The Witcher.
Uh,
Cyberpunk was amazing. I don't know if you guys got into it yet, but what a game, man. What a world. And
Never did it.
my last one, Sea of Stars, bro. I gotta
Oh,
shout
oh
them out,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
damn.
It's where my heart
You,
is.
you could add that one to mine too. Sea of Stars.
Sea of
Yeah.
Stars was dope, man.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that little.
Oh man, dude, I can be forget that one. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
For anybody who is joining us now in our more recent episodes, man, Sea of Stars, I feel is like where we bonded, bro. It's a nice little
Right.
RPG, cartoony game, unsuspecting, nice looking little
Wow, I
RPG
can't
game.
believe.
We all played it together, and I think it was a really cool bonding
Yeah.
experience right there,
Yeah.
bro. Phenomenal game. But I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
I
ahead and
agree.
plug in Witcher 3 at the end, bro.
Go ahead. Do you Witcher
Oh,
3?
Thanks to BJ, bro.
what a surprise, dog.
Yeah.
Oh, Witcher 3. We're not surprised at all about that.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
So I'll say a little something on it though. So Witcher and Witcher 2 came out, I believe, on PC also. So it was not something I had access to. But 3 came out. I remember seeing commercials of it on TV and thinking, man, that shit looks really, really good. Almost like, and I know BJ, you've said this before, that it's like Horizon is almost like Zelda if it had just real life graphics. I feel like Witcher is something like that in a more dark kind of path. Witcher 3 came out, and same thing as Fallout 3. If it wasn't for Fallout 3, maybe I wouldn't have liked it as much. You start playing, you're picking up items, you're over encumbered again. But once you learn the trick to it, you go back to the towns, you sell the items, stuff like that. You're rich, you're overpowered, and bro, that's a game that I put a ton of time into, and I don't want to spoil the story for anybody because it's a hell of a story, and you can jump into 3 and not worry about 1 and 2. But since CD Projekt Red, who made Cyberpunk 2077, also has been having a lot of success lately and been making some money, word on the street is that they're going to be bringing back the first game in graphics like the third game, which is awesome because you get to kind of experience it from the beginning. But obviously, now with the success of the first one, because I heard that 1 and 2 are very rough. Like the sword play and the hitboxes is just really rough. But what's really exciting that I'm looking forward to, and I think maybe next year we'll hear something about it, but Witcher 4. And I can't really say a thing about it because it would spoil Witcher 3. But excited to hear about that. And a successful card game came out of it too, Gwent. Grew legs on its
Gwent
own.
was big, man.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Before we go, but let me ask you something. Before we go, you know how you collect all these cards in Last of Us 2? Do they serve a purpose at all, or is just to collect them? That's it.
So there's different things that you do in that game that get you like these kind of points that later on, I don't think you have to beat the game to apply them, but you could use them to buy certain things in the game, like different outfits, character models. Eventually, if you have enough of those points saved up, you could add a bunch of cheats. You could do things like you could change the audio to like 8-bit audio. So as you're playing through the game, the characters sound like something on NES. You could also do unlimited ammo. 2? Yeah, 2. Yeah.
Okay.
You could do unlimited ammo. You could do. It's got a bunch of cool little things that you could do. So that's the point of all these little things you get. Also, kind of build up your credits that you could later on use to do those things. You could probably do them already now.
So, is it end game or no?
I believe you could start applying them right now. If not, then maybe when you beat the game, it's like, okay, now here's a list of all the things that you could buy with like these credits that you've built up.
Okay.
So pretty cool, pretty interesting stuff.
Cool.
Yeah. So that way you could suffer a little bit more after the game's over. Like seeing the character models, like I'll tell you right now, there's one of Joel carrying, Ellie when she's like out of the hospital and something like.
Right.
Oh man, BJ, when you play that, bro, I think something's gonna click and you're gonna see why so many people made such a big deal of. Oh, you saw the show already, right?
But he has to play the game. He has to play the first one specific, but the first Last of Us, because for to get that beginning game, man, I don't want to say anything, but wow, that's the only reason why I got a PlayStation 3 was because of that game. It's the Last of Us 3.
Damn.
I mean, Last of Us 1, the first Last of Us. The only reason, and that's probably that and the DC Universe are the only 2 games I ever played on PlayStation 3.
Incredible stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man, Batman Arkham series.
Oh yeah.
Oof. I played on Xbox.
Yeah, I did too, but I also bought that. That was the first game I bought for PlayStation 3. Because DCUO wasn't out yet. I just got it like right before. And I just had extra change, so I'm like, fuck it. I have it for the Xbox, but let me play it on PlayStation.
And for everyone listening right now, it's $10 on Microsoft Store right now. Oof. The whole Arkham series with all the downloadable content.
Deal right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm shocked. I thought that Street Fighter would be a little higher up on your account, Chris, and then I thought Witcher was gonna be 1 or 2 for him.
Yeah,
I know Final Fantasy's up there.
No,
Witcher. Witcher
especially after playing Rebirth, man, it like sparked my love again for like Final Fantasy 7. And it's just, it's one of the best games ever.
Mm-hmm.
And it was close with so it was Gears 1 and then Gears of War, and then Final Fantasy was number 2.
Yeah.
Which I think we said when we first started the podcast that my favorite two were Final Fantasy and Gran Turismo. I totally forgot about Gears of War then.
Yeah. Shout out to Gears, man. Gears 6, first person.
Get out of here. Jerk.
It would be perfect. It was first person. So,
No,
all right,
get out of
guys.
here. Yes, sir.
Well, I think we're gonna leave it right here. Thanks for joining us. Sorry for the delay on this last episode. Hopefully, this new program makes things a little bit better for us. I know this layout right here is gonna be a little bit rough, but I'm gonna work on it, and we're gonna make it look real nice. So, feel free to sub if you're not sub. Feel free to like if you feel like it. Feel free to trash us in the comments if you want to. We don't care. Get in there. So interact however you interact. So that's all we got for you. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Hey, Hot Dog Cart just came in. Honorable mention, Dead or Alive Volleyball. Peace, y'all.
See.